Yo, what is up, guys? James Carter TV here to recap the first round of the 2015 NBA Draft. I had my grades for each and every team, but in this video, I will not talk about each and every team because I don't feel like being here for an hour. So if you want to know your team's grade, go down to the description box. The whole, my whole first round grades are in the description box for your enjoyment. And if you don't want to listen to me talk, just go down there, look at it, and leave the video. But if you're hating me for what I said, go down to the comments, comment to me, and I will respond. Alright, so let's talk about the 2015 NBA Draft. Quickly, I will discuss the picks that I thought were noteworthy. I made a video on the Los Angeles Lakers pick of D'Angelo Russell. I might make another picks videos here and there. But mainly this is my thoughts on the 2015 NBA Draft. So here we go. Number one, Timberwolves take Karl. I think he sounds. There's not much to talk about there. Lakers take D'Angelo Russell. Number two, I think they missed out on the superstar. I think Jahlil Okafor will be a 24-9 guy at the next level. I think D'Angelo Russell will be a 21-5 and 6 guy, and that's good, but it's not as good as the other guy. You know, and I think you're missing out on the other guy. I think D'Angelo Russell, might be like a Kyle Lowry or a Tony Parker type level of production, or Darren Williams type level of production. But those aren't superstars, guys. They're good point guards. Those aren't superstars, and that's the big difference for me. So anyway, I think they messed up there. I give them a B+ for that. And the way I grade is this: if I were in that team's position and they did exactly what I would have done, you get an A. You get an A. If not only that, but on top of that, you got a hell of a steal, you get an A+. So when you're getting an A or A+, that's why. Because if I was in your position, I would have done that, and there's nothing I can say about that. There are some bad picks here, and let's start with the New York Knicks taking Kristaps Porzingis from Latvia. He was my number 10 prospect on my big board, on my updated big board, who some of you may not have seen, but I tweeted it out right before the draft. He went down. I made a big board video about a week ago, but since then he went down because of Mario Hezonja going up the way he's been playing in FC Barcelona the past week. Kristaps, he will be a starter at the next level. He will be eventually, and it's going to take him 2 years just to do that. But he'll hit your threes, he'll block a couple shots, but this is not a guy that is going to be dominant at the next level, man. He's not even that good of a shooter. We're talking about this guy he shot 35% from the three-point line. Why are we even talking about this guy as much as we're talking about this guy? He needs to improve his strength. He looks like a clown on stilts. You should have seen this guy walking on the stage like a clown on stilts. this guy's legs look like they're fake. That's how there's nothing in those legs. So I think this is a bad pick. It was helped a little bit by the Knicks. Not even a little bit. Just ever so slightly. The Knicks later on traded Tim Hardaway for Jerian Grant with an exchange with the Washington Wizards or Atlanta Hawks in some sort of contrived 3-team trade. And Jerian Grant is a good fit in the triangle offense, in the point guard position. He will play that Derek Fisher, Steve Kerr role in the triangle offense. The problem is that's not a very big role. Who cares? Who cares that you found your Derek Fisher? You just traded away Tim Hardaway, who had 11 points per game. Yes, he went down shooting-wise efficiently, but he still was a good shooter in his own right. Jerian Grant will start for the Knicks. He will be a good point guard for them. Not a good point guard, but a below-average starting point guard. But he'll fit their triangle. I think the Phil Jackson area is a disaster. I think give it 2 more years, he'll be out of there. They'll be crying, weeping. I think Carmelo, if I'm Carmelo, I want out. There is no help on the way. Wow. They'll be right back next year. Top 5 pick again for the New York Nets in 2016. The Magic took Mario Hezonja. Even though I had Hezonja as my 8th overall pick, I do like this pick because they needed shooting on the outside wing. They have Aaron Gordon, who they think can play small forward. That's a joke. Okay, he's a power forward and not a very good one at that. So now you have Mario Hezonja, who can slide into that small forward position, can do something for you, but the Magic are not going anywhere. They are not going to a place until they find themselves a star player. Until they find themselves a star player, they will be back into the top 10 lottery next year. The Kings are fools. They're the biggest fools of the draft. Next to the New York Knicks, they take Willie Cauley-Stein, who will be a good defender. I think he will be an average starter at the next level. But you missed out on 2 All-Stars in Emmanuel Mudiay and Justise Winslow. I think that was a huge mistake. I think that is going to be it's a shame, really, because this is why these teams cannot do anything. They get in their own way. Everyone knows that Mudiay and Winslow are good. Everyone knows this. But what benefit do you have to saying, let's take Willie Cauley-Stein and line him up at power forward and DeMarcus Cousins get nothing offensively, but at least will be better defensively? Yeah. You could have took Mudiay, who then presents a John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins type duo that can make moves in the Western Conference. If these fools would have drafted Mudiay, kept Cousins, maybe dumped Karl Landry's contract, gone out of free agency, picked up a decent bench player, 40-win team in the West. But George Karl is messing things up there. He doesn't like Cousins. This is going on, that is going on, and the Sacramento Kings will suck again. And it's a shame. And the Denver Nuggets sit at number 7, and they take Mudiay. And this will be a good player for them. But they have some rebuilding to do, because now you have to trade Ty Lawson. There's no choice. Mudiay is a pure point guard. Ty Lawson is a pure point guard. They are point guards. They cannot play 2-guard, period. Forget that. So now you got to trade Ty Lawson. Then you probably got to trade Kenneth Faried, because he hasn't been a good fit since George Karl left. There is a rebuild in Denver. Maybe you try to trade Ty Lawson for picks next year, move up, tank next year, but there's something there. It's similar to the Wizards in when they drafted John Wall. There's a lot of work to be done, but this is a good start. So we'll see how they progress over the next. It's going to take a while. It is going to take a while before we're talking about the Denver Nuggets again. Number 8. Who picked number 8 again? The Pistons take Stanley Johnson. I like Stanley Johnson. Should have took Justise Winslow. Hornets take Frank Kaminsky. I kind of like Frank Kaminsky. Should have took Justise Winslow. And then the Miami Heat take Justise Winslow. And this is why, again, the bad teams in the NBA suffer while the rich get richer and the poor get poor. Are you kidding me? Justise Winslow, my 5th rated player, a future all-star in the NBA, falls all the way to number 10 to Pat Riley. And now we are talking about a potential lineup with Goran Dragic at the point guard position, Dwayne Wade at the shooting guard position, Justise Winslow at the small forward position, Chris Bosh at the power forward position, and Hassan Whiteside at the center position with Luol Deng coming off the bench? Look out for the Miami Heat in 2016 and beyond, because that is a lineup to look out for. I mean, wow, that is a starting lineup. Hassan Whiteside is the weak part, and he did a damn good job blocking and rebounding and doing his job as a center in the NBA. The Miami Heat are on the rise, people. Look out for them. This is going to be a great pick for them. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's the new star in Miami, next to Chris Bosh over the next, however long Bosh's career lasts, 8 years. I mean, it's going to be very interesting down in Miami. Pat Riley's very happy about this. You know, some other picks in this draft. Devin Booker goes all the way down to 13. Phoenix Suns. Yeah, I like him. I think he could explode like Klay Thompson, guys. I mean, he's a good shooter. 41% from 3-point range, and he's 18. I'm older than this guy. I am older than Devin Booker. That is the first time I can say that about any prospect. He and I can't remember the other one. I think it was like Dylan. No, I can't remember. Another player I'm older than. I'm shocked. I'm older than this kid. Yay! He will progress. He's 18 starting the season. Youngest player in the NBA by far. He will progress, shoot better, get better. Look out for Devin Booker. He could explode in Phoenix, lining up next to Eric Bledsoe in that backcourt. For Cameron Payne, he was my number 6 rated prospect. He goes 14 to Oklahoma City Thunder, and I tweeted out he's going to be the best player in the on the Oklahoma City Thunder when Westbrook and Durant bounce. And some of you thought I was joking. I'm not. They look like they're going to bounce, and this guy's going to be there to lead them into the next generation. I like Cameron Payne. I think he's really good. And finally, the Thunder have found a good 6-man that can actually score points off the bench. They're going to contend for the title, and if they win it, then Durant and Westbrook will stay. But will they win it? I don't know. Will they stay healthy? That's another story. That's all I really want to talk about. Some other good picks here and there. I have plenty of A's in my grades, so go down, look down in the description box for my grades on this 2015 NBA draft. Until next time, James Carter TV, I'm out. Peace.